Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. There's no secret that I have a few foreign ministers of very important, I would say, countries that I think that are below 86. You know what? And I think they're just immature. They're not ready for the job. And there is Lizzie Truss of Lazy Truss of Great Britain that now wants to be the Prime Minister and has, I think she will be the Prime Minister of Great Britain. I'm sorry for you guys, but it's okay. We got Biden and Kamala, so yeah, and Blinken and everybody else, all right? I want to see one over there. I want to see one. Point one out to me. Yellen, another one. So yeah, I understand. With this kind of leaders, what do we expect? What do we expect? Intellectuals do anything about it? People with abilities do something about it? How these guys get appointed there? How? What do you need to do? What do you need? She's not even pretty, or the other one either. How do you get there? So I excluded that part of the equation. What is she doing right? Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people are like that. Circumstances? I don't understand. What I know is that we have this weasel below 86 IQ people in charge of us. So we have in this case this German Baerbock. This article comes from Republic World from today, August 25th, 2022. Germany, and I'm quoting, walking a fine line, end quote, in supplying arms to Ukraine amid own deficit. Foreign Minister Baerbock states, and I'm quoting the whole thing, what she said. It is a fine line that we have been walking. Unfortunately, the situation here is such that we have absolute deficits in our own stocks. When I read this, I said, stocks of what? What exactly? Arms? Because it's in the title? Baerbock said, okay. So she said that Germany's foreign minister, Annalena Baerbock, said Ukraine shouldn't be given more weapons, but pointed at a deficit of equipment for Germany's troops during an interview with German media agency ZDF. Baerbock said that Germany's troops are under-equipped. I don't believe... Let me read further and then I can talk about this. I can't believe it. And if that's true, what she says, then we're in bad shape and we've been lied. And I'm quoting, it is a fine line that we have been walking for days and weeks. Unfortunately, the situation here is such that we have absolute deficits in our own stocks. Of course, better deliveries should be made to Ukraine. Yesterday than today, the German foreign minister said. So she says, no more arms for you, but we should. So I'm half guilty, but half, I still want. And I'm quoting again. However, Germany must also think in the medium term. Due to the German arms problem, the armaments industry had to dedicatedly produce material for the Ukraine. So what is she saying? She's saying that give more money to the arms industry so they can supply Germany and Ukraine. That's what I get. However, Germany must also think in the medium term. Due to the German arms problem, the armaments industry had to dedicatedly produce material for the Ukraine, she said. So they switched. Baerbock claimed that given the 6-month duration of the conflict, Russian President Vladimir Putin's quote-unquote mad plan, mad, if you look in the dictionary, mad here in America, I would say, I'm mad. When I first came here, I learned English over there. So when I came here, I said, I'm mad. Mad for us is crazy. That's a synonym of mad. That's mad here is angry, very upset, very, angry. I'm not mad, I'm angry or I'm crazy. That's how I make the distinction. But she said anyway, mad plan? Mad, like a crazy plan, or angry plan? Which one is it here? I'm thinking crazy plan. Crazy plan, I don't think it's that crazy plan because it's very logical in how they put the plan in front of everyone and they want to talk about it. They said safety guarantees, legal safety guarantees signed by you guys, not war like you talked in 1991, 1993 with NATO expansion. No, it doesn't work that way anymore. And everybody said, we're not going to sign anything because we don't want to guarantee you anything. We don't want you to be safe. Who said we want? I mean, if I don't have anything to lose and I agree with you, give me the paper here. Pop. But no. That's why they said we want safety guarantees, because they knew who the enemies are. They just pretend. They call them partners. Partners in crime, maybe. So let's see what's next here. Mad plan hasn't succeeded thus far. She continued that the Russian government aimed to seize Ukraine in a matter of days and topple President Volodymyr Zelensky's administration. You're so stupid. If they want to topple that guy, they can topple it yesterday with a few things. That's not the goal. You don't get it, or you think we're dumb. Which one is it, or both? You think we're dumb and you're dumb because you are. What's the goal of Russians to destroy that government? Because they're not in control. They are faces. All they're faces. Once you remove that face, there's going to be another face brought in by the same guys. So what are you talking about? It has to be a systemic change over there. Not only a guy. A guy is going to be gone in 3 days if you're unable to protect it. Let's say the Russians. He's going to be gone. It's not the face, Zelensky. Zelensky is not, but they have to maintain that, image that he is really in control and he's that leader who organizes the war. He is not. He is not. I don't want to insult him in any way, but he's not. They're the military people. He doesn't know anything about it. Nothing. What does he know? He makes decisions. I don't think he even makes decisions. He makes decisions like, tomorrow is Friday. Yeah. Friday is the last day of the week, working week. That's the decision he makes. The rest are made somewhere else. His generals probably don't even talk to him. They just go directly to the guys over there who already have military advisors in the territory. What are you talking about? We're not dumb here, but she thinks we are. A matter of days. They never say a matter of days. Yeah, maybe they thought that. Well, it didn't work that way. Too bad. So Baerbock remains convinced that the talks with the Russian government to end the war are futile. All right, isn't she the foreign minister that's supposed to negotiate? Is the one that goes and is involved in diplomacy? Foreign minister is the chief diplomatic officer, if you want to call it that way. And she said, there are futile, we're not going to talk. I mean, you're just dumb, we're not going to talk to you. That's your job, to try to make those guys talk to you. She said the Russian president has decided to destroy these peace talks. Now for 6 months he has been destroying an innocent country. So much to unpack here that it's going to take me like 5 years. He decided to destroy the peace talks. Which one? The ones from Minsk agreement that your country signed as being the guarantors that the Ukraine will implement those agreements that they signed, which became international law, United Nations, it's right there. That's what you're talking about? Or the ones in Istanbul about 4 months ago, when everything was okay, but when the Russian-Ukrainian delegation came back to Kiev overnight, whatever we said yesterday, no more. What's changed? The weather? No, they transmitted that to the people, the handlers, and the handlers smacked them. That's what happened. Baerbock. And he's destroying an innocent country. It's true. It's very true. An innocent country is destroyed. Country and innocent people. But that's what happens when you have in control other kind of people and other kind of countries in control of those other kind of people. The innocent people and innocent country, innocent nation, innocent history and culture is gonna go. They don't really care. What do you mean they care? They're gonna move to the next one. Look how much they care about South Africa. They went over there, did what they did. Look at South Africa, how it is right now. Compare that with 1993. Apartheid, bad. But look how it is right now. It is, but not institutionalized. It's there. Is it the other way around? Just look at, for instance, there are some parties over there, what they do with the farmers. Just check that out. I'm very familiar with that, but what can you do? There are other people talking about that, but if they talk about that, they're called all kind of things, and I'm not prepared to be called that way yet. You know, because little by little, weasels come after you. That's obvious. But it's just time. You need time. So anyway, you want to see how Iraq is doing? How Afghanistan is doing? How that count? Libya is doing? All these are, you know, beautiful, innocent countries that were built by your people. Yeah, innocent. Russia-Ukraine war, 25 killed. All right, in innocent strike. Well, what can you do? Baerbock is just what she is, a very juvenile person in her mentality. She's futile to talk with those guys when that's her job. You know, it doesn't mean that you can force them to talk, that's true, but if you have this mentality, how are you gonna, are you open for conversations? You're trying to contact them? Just try. I dare you to try to contact the Russians and see what happens. You'll lose your job tomorrow. Like, we don't know. Look what Macron did. And he's the president of France, not an appointed like you, 30-some years old. Macron was just, the Ukrainian said, hey Macron, you talk too much to Putin. And he stopped talking. For about what, a month or so, or 2 months now? He just called him like 2 days ago. And he's the president of France, elected by the French people. He zipped it. He got the hint. Yeah, okay. Thank you. And they say the military is depleted. Now there's certain things. Germany did not provide Ukraine with weapons. Those were like 13 weapons that they provide, 13 pieces of equipment. Is that what Germany had now is depleted because those 13 pieces of equipment are gone to Ukraine? It's a lie. Either they didn't have anything, and when they tell you that they invest in the military, they actually just pay personnel, doing training and eating, and that's it. Because how much ammunition, how many tanks, how many airplanes they give, what do they give to those guys? 20 maybe? 30 pieces? 50? 50 depleted your army? What are you talking about? The same with United States. Oh, we can give more HIMARS because we get depleted. You gave 20. And Poland just ordered 500. So how can you say you are depleted of HIMARS, America? Someone said, oh, I don't know. What? Poland ordered 500, for God's sake. And you talk about depleting your army, the same with Baerbock? That means there's a lie somewhere. These guys do not have the military equipment. They say they have it. But nevertheless, they have $760 billion as a money to use from the weasels in the Senate and in the House, from the Congress. Where's that money going? To the 150 how do you call it, bases you have around the world, people eating and making sure nobody does anything? Is that what happens? And flying here and there and show off, like there are 3 airplanes here and 5 over there and 20 over there? We're going to have a depleted army with if we give more HIMARS. You give 20, God. The same with these guys. I don't think we can give more. Or it's a way of weaseling out and say, we can't give you any more. Whew, man, we don't want to be involved in this shit anymore. It's a way of just dropping Ukraine, or the weasels in charge of Ukraine, off. Is that what it is? Because I don't think Germany is depleted with their... Look at how many pieces of equipment they provided. I don't think you get 100. I don't know, man, 50. And they promise they will. They're not there yet. There's a lot of lying here. The same thing with the capability, you know, through the satellite we're gonna use laser beams and all that. I don't believe that. Zero. And if there is, it exists, doesn't exist by far from the whatever they portray here. Far from that. Remember when they said, oh, Patriot, yeah, their air defense, blah, 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 blah. When they attacked Saddam, and Saddam sent some rockets to Israel, not missiles, rockets, they used the Patriot. You know what was the rating of how many they hit? 24%, I think it was. So that means out of, let's say, 4, they hit 1. Patriot. Oh, the best. Like the Russians right now in Crimea with their S-300 and S-400s. How many did they hit? 0. They hit a drone with a... Really? So I'm very, very skeptical with this kind of, yeah, we're so, close our eyes and it goes 3 times around the world and hits a bird somewhere in Alaska. Nah, I don't think so. Maybe if you make a lot of calculations, like 3 years, and you do it, and you try like 50 times, yeah, maybe. I'm exaggerating, but I don't believe these things anymore. Let's say I'm very, very skeptical. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.